3-1 against Warrenpoint today. I guess the most important thing was the 3 points, which you
No
got.
doubt about that. The 3 points was the most important. First half we should have had it out of sight. Should have had probably 3 to 4 goals, maybe more. And it's probably hard to see from the television broadcasts or the streaming the strength of the wind here today. But second half they came out, they threw everything at us, and they had a lot of territory and pressure on us. To give them credit, and that's the way it goes in this league. Every team's going to throw things at you, and we had to manage a lot of pressure there. There wasn't a lot of quality football played, but it was pressure, constant pressure, and we didn't manage it well enough in terms of there's 2 ways to deal with that, and it's to put your foot on the ball and have a bit of composure and play out of it to make them chase. They were chasing and pressing, so put your foot on it, bit of composure. But when a team's playing such a high line, like they were, basically right at the halfway line, the other is to turn them around, and you then get 30 and 40 yards up the pitch. And with the pace of our front players, we should have done that more. We were caught offside 5, 6, 7 times in the second half, which wasn't ideal because it allows them another free delivery back into our box. But when you look across the league today and see the results, Carrick, Korean, you see Portadown, Linfield, it shows you what the league is like. It's going to be like this all season. If you don't manage and see out games, it's going to be hard to win.
Well, we've had home games against Korea and Portadown where we've maybe dropped points from winning positions, but today we've maintained it and got the 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was Carrick there when we played last week. They had some chances as well. People are saying it's only Carrick. Again, we should have had the game out of sight. We had 5 or 6 chances, but then they hit the post. And so every team in this league has strength, and every team's doing well. And I don't buy the whole, you're full time, you're part time. These boys are training hard. They're fit, they're strong, they're talented, and it shows you right across the league. Who would have predicted today Portadown, Linfield? Who would have predicted today Carrick and Coleraine? And who would have predicted that second half pressure from Warrenpoint at the Oval? That's the way the league is. That's where it's at. We have to deal with it every Saturday, but we're delighted with 3 points. The players are disappointed that they didn't manage and play as well as they know they can in the second half, but they know that, and that's the main thing. They're not in there celebrating the 3 points, but they're in there discussing what we need to do to manage out those games, and that's a sign of good pros.
It seemed a bit of a strange game in a way because we scored off our first attack, which was nice, but later on in the game, as you say, last things do you put that down to the win and the conditions? It did look fierce.
Oh, absolutely. You can see Aaron McCarry has a great kick on him, as does their keeper. And I don't even think they were reaching the front of the centre circle. This reminds me of Coleraine 2 seasons ago. Crusaders a couple of seasons ago when Jimmy Glagan scored direct from a corner. And the conditions here at the Oval, as people know, even in good weather, the wind can be strong. But we're not using that as an excuse. That's the reality. We have to deal with it. It's not going away. We can't put a bubble over it. So we have to deal with it. The players know we had to manage that better in the second half. There was moments where we could have put our foot on it and played, and there was a sloppy pass or I don't think it was necessarily the pressure they put on us in that midfield area. It was more so we had some sloppy passes, poor decisions and poor execution. We had multiple opportunities to put balls down into the channel for runners or even turn them around like we did in the first half. There's some great play where I think the goal actually was played into a forward, it was bounced back, Luke McCulloch swung it out to Ben Cushionnet, and then it's in the back of the net. There was opportunities in the second half to do that as well, regardless of the win, and we just didn't. We got pinned back and we found it difficult to gain those yards to get up the pitch, but delighted to hang on. Credit to the boys, the way they dug in, and we're going to have to do that all season. The winter's coming, winter's upon us, and here we go. The rock and roll will start, and we'll keep moving forward. 7 games now undefeated, and win the League Cup on Tuesday and try to get a victory, and then all guns blazing, hopefully again for Ballymena next Saturday.
But how do you look ahead to that game against Coleraine on Tuesday? Got a new surface, don't think they've conceded a goal up there actually.
Yeah, it was always a hard place to go in my 2 seasons previous. We drew up there a couple of times. We were 2-0 ahead up there at one point, came back 2-2. So we've had some good games up there, but the surface was, even their own team, Colin McHenry and Oran Kearney would acknowledge that it was a really poor surface for them as well. So it was a hard place to go. They're a physical side, well organised, well coached, well drilled. I enjoy playing against them. They're hard to play against, but they're an honest group of players, as are ours. So we're looking forward to going up there. The surface probably will suit some of the visitors now, the way teams have started to play in our league. So, but like you said, they haven't conceded a goal up there. They've been getting 2,500, 3,000 fans up there, which is amazing. So credit to what they've done. and hopefully we'll bring a good crowd on Tuesday night. Might be difficult with the distance involved on Tuesday night, but hopefully it's a good game. It should be. We've had some crack in the game here 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago was a good game. It was a really good game. Could have went either way. I thought we should have managed out the last 8 minutes. We conceded late. That's the way it went. So it's always been a good game, but it's definitely going to be a tough game.
And finally, Jay Donnelly was named Player of the Month again. I think he's won the club's Player of the Month 2 months in a row.
Yeah.
Just thoughts on Jay and that award?
Well, the current run of form. I mean, players go through runs of form. You've got talent and ability, but then every player goes through a run of form. And his run of form in the last month or two has been exceptional. I was hoping the phone would ring from Northern Ireland selection committee to maybe give him a chance, because I think based on talent, ability and current run of form, with the way the situation is with the Northern Ireland squad at the minute, and not telling anybody how to do their job, but I would like to think that the forwards from our league would be considered. Jamie McGonigal's doing well at the minute, Matthew Shevlin's doing well at the minute, Jay Donnelly's form at the minute has been exceptional. So it's nice that our league's moving in those directions, and I would hope that the selection committees there are taking note